In 2017, this guy here was worth less than most crypto Twitter traders. Today, he's sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars off the back of fixing the one thing Ethereum and Bitcoin couldn't. His name is Anatoly Yakovenko, and the thing he built, right now it is worth over $95 billion. This is the true story of Anatoly Yakovenko and how he built Solana from the ground up. Back then, the blockchain was broken. Bitcoin could hardly handle 7 transactions per second. Ethereum, on the other hand, was clogged, expensive, and constantly backed up. Anatoly saw the bottleneck. You see, he didn't try to reinvent the blockchain. Instead, he tried to fix what was already broken. So, one night at 4 a.m., he began to scribble a white paper. He had a big idea which he called proof of history. This is meant to be a cryptographic clock that timestamps transactions before they enter the network, cutting out the wait for consensus. On paper, it was elegant, but a white paper isn't a blockchain. So he started coding the prototype on his laptop. He had to reach out to 2 of his old colleagues from Qualcomm called Greg Fitzgerald and Stephen Ackridge. They wrote the code in Rust for speed and started running small testnets. Slowly, the code became a real network. Each new testnet handled more speed, more load, and more chaos until they could push 50,000 transactions per second without it breaking. But they had another problem. Nobody wanted to fund it. It was 2018 and the crypto market was experiencing a heavy bear market. ICOs had scammed billions of people, so investors were sick of new blockchain features. So the VCs looked at Anatoly's speech and saw just another fast blockchain in a bad market. Some of them didn't trust proof of history. It was untested and they worried the speed came at the cost of decentralization. Anatoly, on the other hand, wasn't a man of hype. He had been building quietly, no token pre-sale, no big promises, and in a hype-driven space like this, he was very invisible. For 6 months, all he heard was crickets. There was no hype and no VC backings. Finally, with a small group of believers and engineers, they pushed Solana to mainnet in early 2020. They could hit 65,000 transactions per second. It literally blew the ceiling off of what people thought a blockchain could do. So, developers began to pile in. Investors followed. Degens built games, NFT projects, exchanges, anything you could literally dream up. But speed came with a cost. Solana had constant network outages, and majority of the critics kept screaming, too centralized. Some of them actually wrote Solana off completely. But Anatoly still held his game. He knew that all people wanted was speed. And if it worked, adoption would follow. You see, he didn't invent the blockchain. He actually rebuilt it to work where others had failed. And in the process, his net worth went from less than most crypto Twitter traders to hundreds of millions of dollars.